All right, morning guys. Morning guys. Welcome to a new pre-market analysis. So yesterday's analysis, as we can see, didn't play out. Buys didn't play out. So what does it mean? No trade at all. And also means no problem at all because we will just anticipate on what we get. And we can actually see that we broke bullish. We didn't take previous daily lows. We did take previous daily highs. Quite interesting. Because we now build up some liquidity to the downside here with those relative equal lows, but that's no problem at all. Now let's remove all this. So to previous daily highs, and now we can class this as our bullish break. We can remove this. It's just noise. This is our new previous daily low, and this is our new previous daily high. Now, before we go anywhere, let's look at news. Bonus factory. And let's look at DXY. Gotta do it all the way around. So this is looking interesting on DXY. Way more interesting than on EU. Okay. Oops. This trend line is getting more and more interesting on DXY. Which makes this area, though we are slightly on the lower time frame for DXY, we usually, or I prefer to stay on the higher time frames with DXY. But we can't ignore that we got this break, this liquidity buildup, and potential continuation to the downside, although we are inside this bullish range. That range might not even exist. It might just be the wrong range. Who knows? So, with this bullish break for EU, for me, it's pretty straightforward. If we go to the 50-minute, we can see that we got an area over here. There we go. Come on. What is this? So I don't know if this is the right area, but if we go to the 1 hour, it seems to be very valid for me. If we go to the 1 hour POI, however, it might be a little bit better. No. So then we use that one. And ideally we want to use this one as well. So let's take that one. We're looking for longs. Why do we look for longs? Because of the bullish break. Where do we look for longs from? From below this liquidity. Why below this liquidity? Well, it might not be even be taken yet because we already got that discount delivered. We already took this low, but to get a strong setup, we need to take some more liquidity. I don't like to follow this order flow, although, hold up, actually, I'm saying that this seems to be quite valid area to look for longs as well, because we got a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, and then we get that bullish break. So, but then you could already refine this to maybe this one only. Yeah, but ideally, I would say wait for Asia low, wait for this low to be taken, and then we can monitor this area. Let's monitor it, but I would say wait for Asia low for the highest probability setup, and go from there. We go to the daily. Let's look at how the daily closed. All right, so doji candle. We took upside, then came all the way back down, and we still closed bullish, but not that much. However, if we go to the 4 hour, we can see break this down a little bit better. Not okay, let's not look at liquidity, just at price action behavior, price behavior and price action. Correction on the way down, impulse down, turn around, impulse up. So this was This is one day for us. Yeah. Impulse up, and now we came down, and now we start to move correctional as we come lower. This can be two things. First thing, we induce buyers to continue further down. Second thing, we get a turnaround. We get a slowdown. We got the liquidity grab. We got the bullish break now. So this is essentially, if you just use the standard accumulation kind of vibe, got that sweep, then we got the break of structure, and now we're looking for that continuation up. Only downside to this is that we have equals here, and to me this is not the cleanest yet, but you could say that, well, let's look at the 5-minute. There you can see it's a little bit cleaner, but this is your break. You get a high, low, lower high, lower low. Get your bullish break. There we go. And essentially this looks just like this. So relative equals here, relative equals here. So that's why this area is high probability, because then you eliminate the chance of getting taken out by equal lows or relative equal lows. So yeah. So that's for EU. Same story probably for cells, like the cell we got over here. I got it on Tuesday. Is that if we take these highs, I might look for cells because we are above all highs. Sorry, I was drawing on the Asia high. But if we get above here, I might look for highs, cells, because we take those old highs just like here. But the thing is, one thing though, hold up. I just seeing this right now. You can see this little liquidity pool here. And then you can see this area. And we actually came into this 50-minute demand now, supply. So that might be a reason to look for sells and take out this liquidity, but following the structure we marked on, we don't need that, as we are looking for higher pricing now. What can we add to this? We can see that this was quite impulsive, then this was correctional. This was an impulse down, correctional impulse down, impulse up, correctional impulse down, correctional, and then this is an impulse up again. So it's not really, it's a little bit of both ways. Yeah, both sides. So it's not that easy to read it from just price action. Therefore, either this area, but ideally this area below the liquidity, and look for longs from there and sells from above here. Then DXY, what would that look like on DXY? Well, we got that trend line building up here, but we also, and on DXY we didn't get this bullish break here, so we only got the bearish break, meaning that we just follow bearish order flow for now. Let me actually do this, if it lets me. Oh, sorry, option I. So bullish break, no bearish break. And if we go to EU and then option I, bearish break, and do get the bullish break. So yeah, you can see that we came above this one. And if we go to DXY, we didn't came above this one. So DXY is, although it's following bearish order flow, it's more likely to get above here. Okay. Take that liquidity and then go down, meaning for EU still get below here. So that's, of course, a third scenario, but that's quite far away. I look for longs from there. Now GU. So GU completed this range, and we got that. So GU and DXY are more line up right now because this one didn't take that low. Continue for up. And we are looking for buys on GU. Now, from which areas? I would say this area as well. See how we swept this liquidity here. And then we got that continuation over here. We got liquidity building up. So we got now EU, GU, and DXY kind of lining up, although DXY and EU and GU didn't give a bearish break where EU did. So, or am I saying it wrong? So it was here, Thursday. Oh, no, it was that one. So GU kind of did. Hold up. So this should be on the 5th. Yeah, it's just more minor. GU kind of did give us a bearish break here, but not like structure point like on EU. Well, now we got that continuation. So same story for GU is that we take Asia lows and ideally hold up. And ideally take this low before we look for longs. Now GU this area doesn't look that clean, where on EU this is looking a little bit more clean as we formed this high that led to a new low here, and then took this low as well, so that low got taken. First, we got this inducement over here from this area, giving that bullish move, so people maybe tried to buy there, and then we took that area out, and then we got the bullish break, though it was during the dead zone, so it took a little while to get above that. Now in EU or GU, it's over here, but not really that inducement, although we took this low. But this is on the 5-minute, it's all minor. Then the XY, it would mean that we would look for sell areas, and we got some sell areas over here. So we can maybe sell from above this level, but TXY is looking a little bit more tricky than EU and GU. So EU preferably buys this area. GU only this area, which would probably mean that EU doesn't give a buy on this area. And then DXY is looking a little bit more tricky, maybe from above this level, and otherwise we take out that liquidity if we don't get a continuation now. So we might not even get above here, meaning that we don't get a buy on EU and GU if we continue down, and otherwise, but ideally get above here, then get that, and otherwise from here, and that will line up with EU buys from here and GU buys from there. All right, that's it, guys. Oh, forgot to look at the news. Is there any news today? Hold up. Yeah, we got unemployment. We got job claims. All right, peace out.